Hey guys, welcome back. I'd kind of like to focus this video on what some people might say is kind of an underappreciated or overlooked genre in comics. So I'm going to dedicate this one to all you fans of the Western comics. This is all Bronze Age, early Bronze Age, to like mid Bronze, or like say early 70s to mid 70s. When I was a kid, I read a lot of Jonah Hex and Weird Western Tales and the occasional Kid Colt, Two Gun Kid, and Rawhide Kid. But if you look back, I mean the covers on some of these books are just great. I think everything I got in here is Marvel except one. But a lot of really underappreciated stuff, and a lot of the early westerns for Marvel. I mean, you saw a lot of John Severin's early work, probably some early John Romita stuff. But I think one of the main guys that did a lot of those westerns back then was Joe Maneely, an artist named Bob Kida. There were several that you don't hear a whole lot of anymore. But I just kind of want to focus on that, and I hope there's something here you guys will like. First thing we got up here is Mighty Marvel Western number 19. Another picture frame cover to add to the collection. Just a wonderful Gil Kane cover. Rawhide Kid and the Rattler in front of him. Really nice looking book. Okay, Mighty Marvel Western number 34. Looks like a John Romita cover. Number 41, more Gil Kane goodness. And number 44, this has to be one of my favorite Western covers, if not one of my favorite Gil Kane covers. Mighty Marvel Western 44. This has kind of been on my radar for years, and I finally scored a copy of it. And you can get it cheap. But I just thought this was just one of the greatest covers of that time. You kind of see the reflection of the bad guys in the bottom, sort of like sort of a cross between Clint Eastwood and Jonah Hex. But just a beautiful, beautiful cover by Gil Kane. And this one's a pretty nice copy too. It's got a few dings in it, but pretty nice overall. Okay, I have like the first 7 issues of this title. I had a few scattered in my collection, but I found a deal on these a while back, and I thought they were worth getting. I actually got them for a steal. Here's the Ringo Kid, number 1. 15-cent cover price. I'm sure it was from around 1970, 71. The aforementioned Joe Maneely on the cover. Number 2, more Maneely. I think one reason I have such a fondness for the Western stuff too is when I was a kid on TV. I mean, that's pretty much what we watched growing up, because my dad is a big fan of the Westerns, a big fan of John Wayne and Clint Eastwood, and probably anything on TV or in the movies that came out, from like the late 50s till the 70s. We watched it. If it wasn't a movie, it was Bonanza or Gunsmoke or High Chaparral or Big Valley or, Maverick, or any number of Westerns that was on TV at that time. Another really cool cover, Ringo Kid number 3. Number 4, really nice Herb Trimpe cover. Another underappreciated artist, in my opinion. Everybody knows the great work he did on the Hulk title. And number 5 is kind of a special treat. It's Herb Trimpe and John Severin. I think it was Severin on the inks. Really dynamic looking cover. Number 6, more Herb Trimpe. Pretty decent looking copy. And number 7 with another Herb Trimpe color. Okay, more Mighty Marvel Western. I was going to say this was a square bound book. This is actually kind of a round bound, or I don't know if it's saddle stitched or whatever you want to call it, but it was actually one of the 25-cent giants. And this is actually another Trimpe cover. You can see his signature right there. Ringo Kid number 12. And this is kind of a double bonus for me, where I'm trying to get all the, of course, the picture frame covers. And this is all John Severin on this. This is also one of those great square bound books that I'm so fond of. A little bit chewed there, but the front looks really nice. I'm sure followers of Marvel in the 70s knew that, like for 1 month, I think the titles went from like 15 cents to these 25-cent giants. And Marvel just did it for 1 month, and then DC did the 52 pages for 25 cents. And they did that for a year, and in that span of time, I think DC kind of lost their rear end money-wise, and Marvel got a big part of the market share because they went directly from 25 cents to 20 cents with all new stories on most of the stuff. Still a very cool book. And last but not least, the lone DC book in this bunch. This one had kind of been on my radar for a while too, and I just love this cover. So, for you Neal Adams fans, All-Star Western number 5. Just an awesome, awesome cover, if I may use the word awesome. And I think this one is kind of under the radar as far as like what Neal Adams, the covers and stuff he did for DC. Just a beautiful cover. To me, it's one of his best. Okay, guys, thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll be back real soon. Probably just as soon as I can get another one uploaded with another video. As always, onward and upward.